Saturday the 7th of September and it's close to midday now. I've been doing a few of my chores this morning. I've been washing and all that sort of business, clearing the van out and putting a few things back in the front here, which I'm usually put in the back when Ralph or anybody else is here, because this is some spare space that I use up, and I never pick up hitchhikers or anything, so I don't need the space particularly. And it's better to be in here anyway. I can offload a few things into here that I don't use very often. As an example, my petrol generator, which doesn't get used very often these days. So, Ralph was with me, as you know, until the day before yesterday. He went home on Thursday afternoon, went down to South Wales again after walking 17 miles. He then drove 600 miles back down to Maesteg in South Wales, and what a wonderful bloke he is, as you saw, and as you all love him as much as I do, really. What a fantastic bloke. And I would never ever have been able to do the amount of miles and the speed at which we did it all. Ralph was absolutely in his element. He was great. He was looking at all the maps, and he was, you know, it made things so much easier for me than the normal circumstances. And we only caught one bus, and we did that by choice, really. But it goes to show the difference between doing this alone. A lot of people seem to think that all I'm doing is the walk. Well, there's the walk and the editing, and now it's managing YouTube as well and Facebook, because I've now got 2,470 friends. I started with about 40, I think. I've also got 1,400 members on the Jim's Coastal Path walk site. I've got a further 600 followers, and my over 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So, as you can imagine, it doesn't look after itself. That's got to be looked after, as well as all the film editing and all the rest of it. I've been here for 2 days now. After 4 days of walk, I really needed 2 days of rest, but apart from that, when I say rest, each film takes about 5 hours to edit, so in the last 2 days I've spent 15 of those hours actually editing. Yesterday I had to drive from here, where the reception is good enough for a phone, but it's not a powerful enough signal to send uploads to YouTube, so I had to drive up the hill kind of thing to the other side of Buckie, to where there's a Tesco supermarket where it's a very good reception, and I'll be doing exactly the same later this afternoon to load up days 511, which would have been Wednesday, and also day 512, which would have been Thursday. And I think it's best for you to have them. And I just want to tell you also that YouTube didn't put a picture of Ralph on day 511, and so you might have missed it. So you want to be double checking that you actually watched day 511, because it's easy that you might miss it. I'm delighted with the way that's going. The only sadness in kind of getting all these new friends, it seems to have lost its little family thing that it had, where there was nowhere near as many people as that, and I was in touch with lots and lots of people. I seem to have lost touch, and it's such a massive task down for me to try and keep in touch with people and answer people and find the time even just to sort of acknowledge people, and that's, I'm afraid, I always wanted this site to grow naturally, and it seems to have done that. And now there's, I don't know, 30, 40 people a day joining, and it's becoming more and more difficult, even though it's a lovely feeling, and to welcome all these new people. I can't have one thing without the other. So tomorrow my plan, there's a guy called Dave who lives in a place called Fochabos, which is just round the corner, about 5 miles away. He's going to meet me in a place called Forest, and I'm going to ask him then, well, I've already asked him and he's already agreed, he's going to take me to Lossiemouth, which is where Ralph and I finished, where they've got that dicky bridge that needs looking after and attending to pretty quickly. And I'm going to walk from there to Forest, which I guess is going to be another big walk, about another 15 miler, back to my van, which will be in Forest. And then after that, I'll be able to use the train line, which will take me into Inverness, and I reckon it's going to take me another maybe 2 or 3 days to get into Inverness before I then, having walked west for 100 miles all the way from Fraserburgh, I'm just going to be turning north all the way up to John O'Groats, and that hopefully I should reach on my projected date, which was the 22nd of September. And I don't think there's anything to stop me, perhaps apart from the weather. In actual fact, it's brightened up out there now. It was very cold this morning. It was maybe only about 4 or 5 degrees, and it has turned quite nippy, and it's got a nippy kind of wind as well. So that's it really. That's all I need to tell you. All I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and interview the proprietors of this site, lovely people who have made me most welcome, and they gave me a free night as well, which was for both Ralph and I, because they said it was a good cause, and I'd like to thank them for that. It's a very nice gesture, and I have stayed for an extra 2 nights, as I say, to do all this editing and also to recover, and I'll be fit to walk again tomorrow. Well, this is Keith and Moira, who are the proprietors of this campsite, and what a wonderful place it is. You keep it absolutely wonderful. It's nice and clean and tidy, and very friendly people on here as well. I see you setting up another charity day. This is a regular thing, is it? It was the first of every Saturday?
First Saturday of every month, Social Saturday. Yeah, right. We did it for a different charity every month on previous years, but this year all the proceeds are going towards a defibrillator for the site.
Oh, that's
and
excellent.
Any money we're short, it's going to cost about £1,500, but any money we're short from the Social Saturdays, the owner of the site is going to make up for us to make sure we get the defibrillator.
Well, that's excellent. Well, on that subject, I'd like to say thank you very much indeed for giving me a free night, which was like in aid of the Brain Foundation, which is what I'm collecting money for. And I really do thank you very much indeed for that. It's very kind of you. And I've been here for an extra couple of nights, and it's a great place. And once again, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah. You're welcome. Our pleasure.
How long are you going to carry on doing this then? You must have been doing it for some years.
No, we've only been doing it. This is the 3rd season,
right.
And I'll be retiring at the end of this year.
All right.
Come to that age now, so.
Well, we're going to go walking, are you, around the country?
Probably not walking, no.
I walk, but he doesn't.
No. But once again, thank you very much indeed for your hospitality.
That's no problems at all.
What I'm going to do now is I've just got 3 miles to walk from here to, is it Gordonstown at the side? The other day we started off from that side, so now I'm just going to walk across, and then I'm off to Forest, waiting for a lift tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Excellent.
But once again, thank you very much indeed for your hospitality.
Best of luck with your travels.
Nice. I've left the key on the table there.
No problem.
And you've got some cards. When you get some time and you've retired, have a look at this. You might
we will do.
It might give you some good ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it's a busy time for you. I mean, it was a bit cold here this morning, first thing. I think it's
turning up nice now.
Yeah, I'm still hopeful of getting some decent weather between now and the 22nd of September, which is the day I should get to John O'Groats. And then I'm having a winter break myself.
Okay.
Well
so
done.
thank you very much indeed, Keith. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Moira.
All the best.
It's been very nice meeting you,
and
I wish you every success in your retirement as well.
Yeah. Cheers, Jim.
Nice one.
Thank
Cheers,
you very
Dan.
much.
Thank you. So here we go on a 3-mile walk, which should take me about an hour, and then I'm going to get a bus back here. Then I'm off up to Tesco's, do a bit of shopping, upload the films, and then I'm going to go to Forest, which is where I'm meeting David tomorrow, and I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to get to Forest, get my head down and catch up on some sleep that I haven't had over the last few days. So here we go. It's turned out quite a bit nicer than it was. There's still a bit of a nip in the air, but it'll do me. It's good enough. And it's only 3 miles, so I can take my time. I might even stop and have a breakfast if that cafe's open. But it's been great. It's been absolutely great.
This ain't all last as long as yours.
Is it alright, Ralph?
Set us up for the day, Jim.
It's 9:30 on Thursday the 5th of September, and here we are at
Port Gordon.
Port Gordon, yes. Now, just to explain, this is just slightly to the west of Buckie, and we stayed on a campsite last night just slightly to the east, and so there's like 3 miles between it. So we've skipped that 3 miles, and I'll walk that tomorrow because I'm going to stay on the campsite that I stayed on last night, and it's only 3 miles. There's a bus stop right just here, so that's going to take me an hour. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that in the morning to save us an hour today, and that's how critical it is, really. We've got quite a walk in front of us, Ralph, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah. Into the unknown, I think, Jim.
Yes, it's slightly worrying, really, but we've sat and looked at the map long enough, and we've decided let's get up and get out and get the job done. It was about a 25-mile trip to take your car up to Lossiemouth, which I suspect is probably where we can see now the very far distance there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we was up early, out early. We got back here again for about 9 o'clock, so we set off at about 7 to take to drop Ralph's car off and then come back. That's how complicated it is, and this is without doubt the most difficult, I would say, day that we're going to have. And we've already had 3 hard days, but I think this is I know it couldn't get much harder than yesterday when it started absolutely heaving it down, and we got absolutely bloody soaked, and it was freezing cold, and there was a 40 miles an hour wind, and it was seriously uncomfortable. You'd never believe it was the beginning of September. It was more like December, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know. So how are you feeling then, Ralph?
I'm alright, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to rock and roll. Just had a nice breakfast, cooked breakfast, fuel for the day. Yeah.
But you forgot to bring your boots today.
Yeah, I've got my boots in a boot in my car.
It's still, if you look on the windscreen here, we've still got rain. It doesn't look very good out there. The clouds look a bit heavy and all that sort of stuff. And there was a much stronger wind than this, but that's in our faces as well. So I've put an extra layer on, and I'm wearing my jeans for the first time. I can't remember the last time I wore my jeans. So, shall we do it, Ralph?
Shall we?
Yeah, and then you're going to be leaving tonight. Once we finish the walk, we'll come back here, and you're going to go straight off as soon as you can, because there's certain areas you want to avoid on this journey at certain times, you know?
Yeah.
And you've got your plan.
It's a long old drive, 600 miles.
It is, yeah. Let's do it, shall we?
So, here we go, Jim.
Here we go. Last day, mate. Are you ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock and roll, Jim. Let's get the job done.
Yeah, come on then. got to be said, Ralph, you do look like that. Who was it who called you a Welsh Ninja Turtle?
I can't remember.
Well, you do look like a Welsh Ninja Turtle. Look at all them colours.
I won't get lost, will I?
No. Yeah, well that was quite a nice little walk through that forest, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
We should have been in there yesterday when it was chucking it down. We'd have been alright then, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm overdressed and all the rest of it, but...
Nasty aroma around here, Jim.
You reckon? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's not me. Oh, that is foul, isn't it? Christ, that's rancid. Definitely not me, I promise.
That's that.
It's that sewage works. They even had a big sign up saying if you've got any complaints. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Ring this number. I mean, what are they supposed to do about it, even if you do? That is bloody awful.
Oh, Jesus.
So I reckon, Ralph, that this has been perhaps the easiest of the 4 days, the way they've started. And we've, it's what, about 11:30, nearly 12 o'clock now?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
And we've just calculated we've got about 2.5 hours to go. So we're doing alright today.
Yeah.
It isn't the weather forecast again that it said it was going to be. But, you know, we've got a bit of rain occasionally, but it's not too bad. It's nothing like yesterday.
The wind is down as well, so it's a good thing.
Yeah. We should be alright.
Yeah, it should be easy peasy, you know, as long as the weather don't get any worse, you know.
This is quite an impressive pub, isn't it?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. Busy little, what's it called? Space.
Speyside Coffee Company. Yeah.
Nice, lovely jubbly.
Yeah, they brew their own coffee, they, you know, grind their own
and
coffee.
you've had tea?
Yeah.
And do you feel better now you've had your cup of tea?
Oh, much better.
Yeah, good.
The thing about it, okay, I know we seem to be in a bit of a rush in a kind of a way this morning to get the cars moved, and rightly so. But I only had 1 cup of tea, whereas normally I have 2 or 3, and it makes a difference.
It does make a difference. I could tell it made a difference too.
Yeah. And then when you have a breakfast, you know, you have all the fat and the bacon and the salty stuff. It leaves a salty taste.
Yeah.
So it's only tea that can take that away, I reckon.
You'll be a changed man now after that tea.
Oh, I've definitely changed. I don't know what to change into, but definitely changed. Good boy. Aren't you a good boy? Lovely, aren't you? Good boy. So it's just after 1 o'clock, Ralph.
Yeah.
And here we are sat in this, well, it's actually the police that are sitting here, well, the army, innit? We're at a firing range, but fortunately the red flag isn't up today, so we can go walking through. We've come across a problem where, funny enough, when I was in the pub last night, I was reading the local newspaper, and there's a brand new bridge that's opened at Lossiemouth, which is called East Bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge. But it only opened at the beginning of the summer apparently, and the volume of people that have been going over it, it's sort of leaning to the left, or well, I'm not sure which direction. It's not important, but it's leaning over. It's got a bit of a list on it, and so they've closed it. So we've got to find a new way around. It's a bit of a pity really, because we've only got about 7 miles to go. But it means we're going to have to take a diversion, which is going to probably add maybe an hour onto it, something like that, down to Arthur's Bridge. And so you're approaching Lossiemouth from the south rather than from the east. So what do you think about that then, Ralph? What have you got to say about that?
Not a lot. Bit annoyed about it. But it is what it is. We've got to get on with it.
Yep.
Through the forest.
Yep.
And hope we can find a way to get to the bridge.
Yep. We're still going to be all right. And
Yeah,
you're still going to get away.
Time, yeah, plenty of time.
You're going to get away on your way. I know you've got 600
Just another hurdle to cross.
Yeah, I know. It never runs smooth, does it?
No,
there's always something. There's always something to add.
That's why
a couple of hours on.
We always say it's no good over planning.
No, that's right.
Because it always comes and kicks you up the arse.
Well, yeah, until you actually get there, you've got no idea.
Yeah.
And okay, maps tell you something, but they don't tell you everything.
No.
But yeah, a bit of a shame that. I mean, all I'm going to do is just go back to that campsite, and even though the internet's not particularly good, I can still make. I'm 3 videos behind now, including today. So I'm just going to spend tomorrow sat in the van, having a rest and editing, and get those 3 made and do nothing else, and then I can post them when I feel it's the right time. I don't feel the need to put them all on all at once, because that doesn't usually work. But you know, it'll give me a rest, and then I can get moving again on Saturday.
You got to have a breather, Jim.
I know I need a breather. I mean, the plan was 2 days on, 1 day off. Well, I've just had 4 days on, and we've walked well over 60 miles.
Yeah.
We've done very well. I mean, bearing in mind the weather conditions and the state of the path and everything, I think we've done brilliant to get this far. Can't thank you enough, Ralph.
I've enjoyed it.
Well, we've had a good time. It's been tough though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has been tough. Yeah.
It's been really tough. But
well, you've got to get to John O'Groats, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which is... We can see it actually, I think.
We can see John O'Groats from...
Make it out.
Yeah.
So,
well, as soon as I get a chance to show, you know, I will. But it's still a little bit cloudy.
Yeah.
You know, when we get a bit nearer, I'll get a good shot of it if I can. You know, use my zoom lens to get as far out as I can. So shall we do some walking then? I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, is it? You right now?
Yeah.
You've had your cup of tea?
Yeah.
You've had your scotch, right?
I know.
So, are you ready to rock and roll?
I certainly am. Come on, let's do it.
So, Jim, here we go.
Now, if you look at that ship out there, you'll see some land immediately behind it. And that is John O'Groats. Well, what do you reckon, Ralph? About maybe a mile, 2 miles now?
I'm hoping a mile.
We're on the old disused railway track now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a real bummer, this.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know, you look
Done
at,
my head in.
you look at it on a map, you know, a detour. You know, we knew about there was going to be a detour from when we first set
We
off.
were on the path, then we found out.
But we must have done about 5 or 6 miles. You know, we thought it was going to be a 12-mile walk. This is going to be an 18, 20. I'm bloody exhausted.
I know you are.
Absolutely exhausted.
You're not on your own there. I am as well.
This is really testing me to the limit, to be honest with you.
Well, we've had 4 hard days, so
Yeah.
you've got to have a couple of days break.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I know it is the 4th day that we've done, you know, big miles, but you know, this is why I planned to walk for 2 days and have a day off. We'll just walk for 4 days. You know what I mean? It's you know, I could do this quite easily a long time ago. You know, since I came to Scotland, I've realised it's not so much that I'm unfit or energy levels. It's just I'm tired. You know, it's just the boredom of it all as well.
Mentally tired. Remember, the walking's just one part of it.
I know.
It's the YouTube editing, everything. Keeping up with Facebook. You know, it all adds up.
Yeah, exactly. And can you imagine what it's like when you're not here and catching the buses and messing around like that? You know what I mean?
Bloody nightmare.
Okay, so the edits are behind. I'm not worried about that. I can't do him. I can't do him if I haven't got the energy. It's like walking.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they're just going to have to wait. I'm just going to stack them up and post them over the weekend.
Well, the last 2 hours is just...
Well, 3 hours.
3 hours.
You know, it hasn't been any fun whatsoever today. Nothing.
It's like treading water. We just walk and we're not getting anywhere.
I know. And you've got to drive home tonight.
I'm driving home. I know. I'm friggin' knackered.
Yeah.
So
let's get on with it.
Let's get it.
Try and find a cup of tea, and that'll sort us out.
Cup of tea, and you'll be a new man, Jim.
Off like a robber's dog.
Yes, I win. That's I win.
Yeah.
Let's finish the job.
Yeah. Go on,
then. Here we go, Jim. Let's finish it.
Yeah. Have it, Ralph. That's the bridge that has caused us to do this detour. I mean, it looks perfectly okay to me. What do you think?
Well, I think I could have made it across there. I don't know about you, but I would have. So
why do you think?
Well, you're heavier than me.
Heavier?
Yeah.
What, that much? Where it's just
well,
gonna...
you don't know. I'd be able to.
Yeah. But there don't look to be much wrong with it.
No, it doesn't.
No. You know what I mean? And it's fairly new as well, but when you look back, we've just done, I don't know, I'd guess it was about...
It's all fenced off.
Yeah, it is. About 6 miles round.
Well, from them tree line.
Yeah, that tree line. Yeah,
we walked to there anyway.
Yeah, we only had about a mile to do.
Yeah.
Right, Ralph, well, thank you very much for an absolutely fantastic 4 days. We've really worked hard. I would never have managed without you. You've done an absolutely fabulous job. You're a good friend and you've been absolutely seriously supportive, and I can't thank you enough, as usual. And I say more or less the same things every time. And if you are going to come up, I really look forward to that.
I do intend coming back up,
Yeah,
so...
yeah. Well, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yes, see if my baby, get my baby fixed first.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, go easy with it.
Yeah. Have I
All right,
checked
mate.
it?
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Look after yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much. And so, here we go.
Here we go, Jim.
Look after yourself, mate.
A nice...
Love to Mel.
I will, yeah.
All right,
yeah,
mate. Keep in touch.
Nice 600-mile journey now.
Lovely.
Hey.
Cheers, mate.
Speak to you soon.
Bye, mate. Bye now.
Have a rest day tomorrow, Jim.
I will.